Sitting and recording stuff again. Thinking about somebody finding my movie plots to be fascinating. That I've come up with, and them reading them scripts, my movie plots, like especially the Restorator and the Judge's Son, about how them two movie plots alone, what they would think after reading them scripts for those two movie plots. Well, I wonder how many people would find that fascinating to talk the way I talk, and it's just a thought. I mean, people would find that to be fascinating to speak the way I speak about movie plots. I'm gonna post this because I'm starting to think. I'm not really quite sure if it'd be a safe venture, but I could be wrong. That's why it's nice for somebody to be in contact with somebody with movie plots of my nature, of how I am. Those would be good to be on a widespread excitement there, because I know that Judge's Son movie plot, and that the Restorator, the one that went to prison pro bono, got a bunch of people out of prison after he sobered up, would be two really good movie plots. Judge's Son, he was the best at everything, and his dad died when he was 3 or 4 years old. Got the left side of his head blown off. Try and get a pizza from a door. I know that movie plot is good because he was throw a baseball at 93 miles an hour, and best outside linebacker and the best quarterback around. And he didn't go to college. He went and did a bunch of other stuff, became a attorney of law, and won 794 trial victories with no loss. And still trying to configure the ending of that. It could go like 5 to 10 different ways, but I'm thinking the sheriff in the town where he married the woman after killing his dad. He married the woman after killing his dad, and he was a sheriff. Then he became a prosecutor, and he met him in the courtroom at the end of the movie. Yes, and drug him down the hallway and hung him out of a window. That's one thought on that movie plot. And like shaved his hair and found that shotgun in a riverbed. He dove down a riverbed and found that shotgun, and it had his hair fibers attached to it. And it was the wife and two sons. Both sons were cops. And his dad was a sheriff and became a prosecutor. And that Judge's Son went down the East Coast looking for him. And he kept looking for him, and it happened in South Carolina. And he kept looking for him, and he finally found him when he found that fucking shotgun with scuba gear and diving for that shotgun with the hair fibers hooked to it. Yes. Yeah, down at the bottom of a riverbed. So when he found that shotgun, he went to a forensic person about the hair fibers, and he knew automatically it was the prosecutor in the city that shot his dad. And the prosecutor didn't know his son was in there for a week and a half. Yeah, couldn't reach the sinks or nothing. Drinking out of toilets with a cup. Yes, great movie plot. He could have went to top 10 colleges. Could have went, and I'm thinking that'd be the best ending to that. But see, if somebody hears about this, it'd ruin the ending. But yeah, he was a cop with two sons that were cops, and his wife was in love with the dad, and she was a different color. Yes, and they dated outside the court system, but she was single and he was single, and he just drank on the weekends, and as he'd see his son like once a month or 2 weekends a month, and that happened. I'm gonna post this because I'm gonna get back to these movie plots because I know that would be a wonderful one, because he went from being a sheriff with 2 sons that were cops to his wife. And at the ending of this movie, I'm thinking this would be the best. He was defending a case. It was a case. He was defending a man, knowing who shot his dad. He had to deal with that in the courtroom. Knew the guy that was beside him blew half his dad's head off. So he sat there patiently with a defendant that was a dangerous trained fighter to get inside that courtroom with that prosecutor. So he could attack that damn bailiff and shit. So the judge's son could drag him down the fucking hallway and hang him out of a window with chains and shave his fucking head and leave that shotgun in the fucking hallway. So when his wife showed up and his 2 sons to sit there and see the evidence, the judge's son hanging her husband and her 2 sons, not believing it, hung him out the fucking window with chains, saying, yeah, there's all the evidence right there. And the judge's son didn't have nothing to lose at this point. He was like, fuck it. Yeah, went this fucking far. Yeah, the judge's son, didn't drop him, left him by chains, then stood in a doorwell or stood looking down, and blew his fucking brains out with the prosecutor hung out the window in chains with all that evidence proving him being guilty. But there wasn't enough evidence that the prosecutor was guilty, but the judge's son was dead. And I want to ruin the movie plot. The judge's son was dead because he blew his brains out. But the sons, the cops, and the mom took his taser and shot him and went to jail for shooting him twice with the taser. Thinking about her being there and that judge's son killing himself with him hung out the window in chains. So yeah, I'm gonna go post this if it lets me, because I know that's a great movie plot.